Sunday service is over. Let your weekly service begin. This week we began a new series on the book of James called Real Faith in Real Life. That's looking at practical wisdom and insight from the book of James. And today we talked about trials. I'm going to take you back about 16 years. I had a friend of mine that I was working with at the time who was going through just a ridiculously difficult trial in his life. He had a child that was being born. They knew that the child had a bunch of birth defects and issues. They were getting pressure from all over the place to end the pregnancy, and they decided to go forward. The child was born, had a lot of difficulties like they expected, and they only had about 4 days with this little precious baby before the baby passed away. And after that happened, this friend of mine, he had gone out on a couple days to get away from it all and recorded a video just talking about his son, the experience, and he showed it to me when he got back to work. And it was just one of the most amazing examples of Jesus's grace and mercy and beauty that I had ever seen. Despite the trials, this man found joy in those trials. And that's what James encourages us to do. And so challenge number one or application number one this week is I want you to tell somebody that you've seen go through a trial just super well, someone who has grown, who has shown Jesus through that trial. I want you to let them know that you were blessed by that. Let them know that you were encouraged by that. Let them know that you noticed that, because that is something to be honored and to be praised and to be encouraged about. And so I want you to find someone that has exhibited that in your life, and I want you to tell them that. Second thing I want you to do is I actually want you to complain. That's right. I want you to complain. I want you to get a journal. I want you to, or a piece of paper, whatever. I want you to write out just all of the trials and the difficulties and the hardships that you are currently facing. Go ahead and do it. Then, the next day, whatever day you do that, the next day, I want you to then take that same piece of paper, that same journal, and I want you to write next to it in the margins or beside it or maybe on the back side, whatever the case. I want you to look at those trials, and I want you to identify how God might be wanting you to grow and what he might be wanting you to learn in those trials. And I want you to write those down, because James tells us to consider our trials joy. And we do that because God gives graciously the wisdom that we need. He uses those as an opportunity to grow, to be encouraged, to become more mature and more like him. And so I want you to look for those opportunities to do just that this week. We'll see you later. Love God, love others, serve generously.